Maria, and Bobby. And as you go through the gallery after, if you haven't had a chance to kind of match artists, you'll know who they are because you know their names now. But name tags on with their names, so you can kind of match artists to their pieces this evening. So take some time to kind of do that and get to know each other and kind of get to know what pieces go with which artists. But so back to, as an artist, who gets your inspiration from Jade.
I feel like I get my inspiration from usually nature or other people. I feel like people inspire me to create really good art, and I feel like that usually helps me create really good stuff.
So I'm Maria, and I actually think that my inspiration mostly comes from kind of like mundane times in my life when I'm like walking the puppy or listening to music, or that's kind of usually when my brain is not worried about anything, so it kind of something sparks, and that's usually, at least for me, when I find inspiration.
I'm Bobby, and inspiration for me is from everything. Everything that I see and hear and think about, from the tiniest little thing when I get up in the morning to when I go to bed and close my eyes and just think about the day or the week or or the cat, the trees that I've been hearing blowing in the wind, or just everything, a million things in life inspire me.
And whoever wants to go first, what does art mean to you? Oh, the question's so big, right? What does it mean to you?
So for me, art is a way to communicate an idea. It's a visual communication, and it's also a way to connect with people that you perhaps aren't going to see or come across in your usual life, because when somebody sees your art and you're not there to explain it, it's this connection it's really beautiful, because you're not there and you're not face to face with this person, but they're experiencing something that you put out, and I think that's beautiful.
I feel like art is really personal to me, so it took me a while for me to really show my art. So I feel like it's really personal, so I feel like it's an expression of who I am as a person.
I'm not sure I can explain what art means to me, because every time I do a piece, it means something else, something different. And whether you can see my art or not, it still means something to me. And I don't have to show it to have it mean something tender or sweet or happy or sad. And even I just went to a workshop where we just poured the paint on and let it run in every direction. And the paint did the work, and it still meant a lot to me. Mm-hmm. So the paint sometimes will do its own thing, and it still means a lot. It makes me happy.
And the next question is, when people view your art, what message would you like them to receive?
Well, generally, I like people to feel like joy, happiness, and I want people to feel some type of emotion when they look at my art, because I want them to have like a good feeling. Because generally, there aren't a lot of good feelings in this world, so I want people to feel some type of happiness or some type of joy. Yeah.
To me, that's not as important. You know, what it is. When other people see my work, I hope that it's thought-provoking or hilarious or emotional. I hope that there's something sparked. But for me as an artist, that's not my concern. My concern is the process and the hope for communication on the other end. So.
I must say, I totally agree. It's not my goal either. I'm not creating with the thought that I'm trying to convey a message to someone else. I'm trying to express myself and then someone else can take what they will from it, and hopefully it will be a positive message. And that's all I can hope.
And can you describe for us what art does for you and how it benefits you? You kind of touched on it a little bit, but maybe specifically.
Well, art for me is a relaxation most of the time. Sometimes it gets a little stressful when things don't go quite right. But most of the time, it's a relaxation, and it takes me away from the troubles of the world and the troubles of my own, and it lets me just concentrate on what I'm doing and shut my mind off to everything else. I can escape into it. It makes me happy, it brings me peace, and brings me joy when I'm doing it. And I guess the reason we do art.
Right? I just would say that for me, it's the same, and it's almost a meditation or a prayer when you're in the moment and just creating. And that is so beneficial. And, you know, we live these fast-paced lives, and it helps so much to stop and really focus.
Yeah, I definitely agree with what you guys are saying. Like, the whole fast-paced life, I know when I paint, I like to take my time. And sometimes I feel like I've been working on this piece, and it's been taking a couple weeks, maybe even a month. Like, I don't even know how long it's gonna take. I might not even show it to anybody. Like, it's just mine. So.
I know that part of what we do here with the MHSA programs is prevention and early intervention, and so the idea of being able to support people where they are and knowing that wellness is connected to feeling like using what you do to enhance your own wellness. And as Remy was talking about, that art being a way, so we know that like art or dance or music or the things that people find through creativity in whatever form they do, that enhances their own balance and wellness. And so the way that you guys are talking about that, I think, is what you're saying, that it does something for you, and if it does something for someone else, fantastic, but it does something for you, and that's what we know, and that's what we want people to kind of remember and connect to, that it may be art for someone, it may be something else, but to find what it is for each person and to know what it is and to enhance that. So thank you for that message. And so in the larger picture, how do you think that art impacts a community?
So I think about this often. I think that the idea that we can connect through, whether it's music or dance or visual art, the more we can connect with each other through these mediums, the more we see the similarities in each other, and we don't really consider the differences. And that is just, I mean, such an important thing, especially at this time, is to see how we're all kind of alike. And I think that's incredible and such an important part of community.
Well, I think if we start with the young people doing art, pursuing art, even in kindergarten, and she's doing this, the little tiny people, and we start with art with the kindergarten and the young people, and we put them on a positive path, and they continue on that positive path rather than going on a negative path. It's going to impact our community down the road, and it's going to impact them down the road, and hopefully that will keep them on that path rather than branching off into unhappiness and other paths. And certainly that would benefit our communities, and our communities then would be safer and happier and look better and feel better, and we'd be able to walk down the streets without fear and with joy and happiness, seeing our neighbors and the whole place would be better. That's what art would do, in my mind. If you start at the beginning.
Definitely. I think if we came to an agreement on an art piece and we could do a whole mural about stigma, that would be an amazing thing. I just wish that we could do that. So, yeah, maybe an idea, Jamie. I don't know if you want to do that.
Whoa. And she's like, that's my job.
So, we could blend an idea.
So, I also know that, one of the, so kind of a full cert here.
You're funny, Jay.
I like it. So I'm kind of, on a little mural kick right now, actually. So I went mural chasing in New Orleans, and so I, printed a picture of me with my favorite mural that I went and hunted down in New Orleans. But so I want to say that this particular showcase and having Bobby on the panel and her and a few of the other artists from the Pomona Valley Art Association, or the Palomar's Park. Yes, the name changed, thank you. Palomar's Artist Workshop. That meets up here at Palomar's Park, and I'm gonna let her talk about it for a minute, but I wanted to acknowledge it and the unique, kind of full circle that has happened with this, that before we moved in here, before we, started hosting a gallery here, we had a green ribbon party up at Palomar's Park. And some of you were at that party, and it was the very first time that we took art to our green ribbon party. And so we had gone to Palomar Art Club. Yes?
Artist workshop.
Artist workshop. It's okay. I'm gonna get it. And they said, hey, go, and I did my little spiel and invited them to share some of their art with us and let them know that we were going to be bringing up some art of some of our community members to the party. And Kyle and one of their other members, Christina, who has a piece, a paired piece over on the wall with Kyle's, came to the party. So several of the artists from that group shared pieces at the party that evening, and then Kyle and Christina came to the party that night, and they stayed through the whole party, and they talked to me afterwards. And then we reached out a couple of times, and it's just never quite connected, and this time it connected. And for whatever reason, the timing just worked, and that's how the world works, right? That's how the universe works. And so here we are. And so a few of the members from their group have shared art in this showcase, and so we have Bobby on the panel this evening, and so I wanted to give her a minute to share about that because it's a fantastic group that anyone is welcome to attend with the group, and so she'll have a chance to share with us just a little bit about what it is and how they stay going.
Well, we're a group of artists and hopeful artists, but you have to know which end of the paintbrush is which, at least. And we meet every Friday afternoon at Palomar's Senior Center on Arrow Highway from 12:30 to 3:30, and it costs $5 a month to have the people set up our tables and chairs and everything for us in a great big auditorium. And we paint any kind of medium that you like to paint, whether it's oil or acrylic or watercolor or just pencil and colored pencil, anything. You have to be 18 or over. Sorry, sweetheart. And you bring your own material. We don't have a teacher, but we have lots of people who've been painting for many years that will share their experience and help for people who don't have a lot of experience. And we're kind of just become a big family because everybody is just so fun and wonderful, and we all like each other so much, and some of us eat there at the center. It's $1.75 for a nice meal, and so you're all welcome anytime on Friday afternoons that you want to come and do something. Come on over. Okay, it's on Arrow Highway.
It's on Arrow Highway, right, it's Palomar Senior
Just the
Center.
other side of Gary.
And you guys have been meeting for how long?
We've been meeting for about 12 years now, I think. It is just wonderful. It's a wonderful, wonderful place to visit and stay. And I've been there for about 12 years, so I guarantee you'd love it. You'd love it. You'd love it.
Or your money back.
Or
No.
your
All right, so I just wanted to give her a chance to share that it's a great, again, way to be a part of a community that has a common interest and is doing something that's supporting each other and wellness. And so we're so glad that you guys are here this evening. And let's go ahead and give our panelists a round of applause. They are, I'm sure, more than happy to talk with you as we go around and visit the rest of the art. And you can see their pieces as you do that. Before we disperse, we will take a picture in the back corner with the artists who have work in this showcase. And please, if you have submitted work for this showcase, do not leave without your certificate this evening. All right. Thanks again.
Mm.